The name Iron Mike was more than a nickname, it was a warning. Mike Tyson entered the world of boxing as a human hurricane, a force of nature whose presence electrified arenas before the first bell even rang. Opponents felt dread, crowds held their breath, and every fight became a spectacle of anticipation and fear. Yet Tyson's story was never just about dominance in the ring. It was about the man behind the fists, a boy shaped by absence, neglect, and hardship. His rise captured not only athletic achievement, but an emotional intensity that transformed every space he entered. As he approaches 60, Tyson's battles have shifted inward. The same intensity that made him a global phenomenon is now applied to self-reflection, healing, and understanding the meaning of legacy. In the quiet after the roar, Tyson's most profound challenge is learning to rebuild himself from the inside out. Brooklyn beginnings, childhood in a world of hardship. Born on June 30th, 1966 in Brooklyn, New York, Tyson's early life was defined by instability. His biological father vanished, leaving a void quickly filled and then abandoned by other father figures. The only constant in his childhood was his mother, Lorna, who struggled to provide amid crushing poverty. Growing up in Brownsville, a neighborhood notorious in the 1970s for crime and deprivation, Tyson was confronted daily with hunger, violence, and uncertainty. Overweight glasses and a pronounced lisp made him a target, intensifying feelings of invisibility. His environment was unforgiving. Survival was instinctive, not optional. Young Mike learned early that life demanded toughness and that weakness invited harm. Each challenge, from street bullying to emotional neglect, was a lesson in endurance. The streets shaped a boy who would eventually channel his survival instincts into raw aggression, a skill that would later become the foundation of his legendary power. Pigeons and the birth of determination. Amid chaos, Tyson found solace in a surprising place, the rooftops of Brooklyn, raising pigeons. These delicate birds became symbols of trust, safety, and tenderness in a life otherwise defined by danger. Feeding them, speaking to them, and sharing unspoken fears with these creatures offered a rare sense of companionship. But that fragile security ended abruptly when a neighborhood boy killed his favorite pigeon. The loss struck Tyson profoundly, crystallizing a vow never to feel powerless again. What began as grief morphed into anger, and anger became determination. His gentle affection gave way to a need to control his environment and assert strength. The rooftop sanctuary faded into memory, replaced by a hunger for mastery over circumstance. This moment marked a subtle transformation. The boy who had sought comfort now sought respect, setting the stage for a future in which emotional pain would be transmuted into physical dominance. Juvenile detention, confronting the consequences of chaos. By 13, Tyson had been arrested nearly 40 times, trapped in a cycle of petty crime and street violence. The chaotic world around him left few alternatives, and Mike responded with more chaos, using aggression as both shield and weapon. In 1978, his behavior landed him in the Tryon School for Boys, a juvenile detention center in upstate New York. The facility was harsh and isolating, a place where absence and disappointment were daily companions. Months passed without visits from his mother, reinforcing a deep sense of abandonment. Yet, within those walls, a shift began. Counselor Bobby Stewart recognized Tyson's raw physical power, introducing him to Cus D'Amato, a trainer whose influence would redefine his life. This introduction marked a turning point, offering structure, mentorship, and a vision of possibility where there had previously been only limitation. In the cold detention halls, the seeds of discipline and ambition took root. Cus D'Amato, discipline as salvation. Cus D'Amato became more than a trainer to Tyson. He became the father figure his life had lacked. In the dim Catskill gym, 14-year-old Mike was taught that he could achieve what no one had imagined, becoming the youngest heavyweight champion in history. D'Amato's guidance was rigorous, including pre-dawn runs, punishing sparring, and endless technical drills. But more importantly, he instilled belief, patience, and purpose. Tyson's raw aggression, previously chaotic, was honed into controlled, devastating power through the peekaboo style. The gym offered a sanctuary from the unpredictability of his youth, showing him that strength without discipline was dangerous, but strength guided by structure could be unstoppable. Fear transformed from immobilization into fuel, channeling the boy's inner turmoil into precision and confidence. Under Diamato's mentorship, Tyson learned that the ring could be more than a place of combat. It could become the arena where pain, anger, and adversity were converted into excellence. Meteoric rise, becoming the youngest heavyweight champion. Tyson turned professional in 1985 at just 18, ending his debut fight in under 2 minutes. Over the next year, he scored 15 victories, mostly by knockout, overwhelming opponents with a combination of speed, power, and precision rarely seen in boxing. On November 22, 1986, he defeated Trevor Berbick to become the youngest heavyweight champion ever, achieving what few thought possible. Soon after, he unified the WBA and IBF titles, and by 21, he was undisputed champion. Tyson's 1988 defeat of Michael Spinks in 91 seconds solidified his mythic status. Yet beyond titles and records, Tyson redefined fear itself in the ring. Opponents confronted not just a skilled athlete, but a storm that moved faster than instinct and struck with unrelenting force. His rise was more than professional. It was psychological, a demonstration of how determination and fearlessness could remake reality itself. The cracks appear. First major defeat. Even as Tyson's fame skyrocketed, his foundation began to erode. Cus D'Amato died in 1985, removing the stabilizing influence that had guided him. Key figures like manager Jimmy Jacobs and trainer Kevin Rooney also left, replaced by influences drawn more to wealth and spectacle than discipline. The once rigid training schedule weakened, and Tyson's focus wavered. By 1990, facing Buster Douglas in Tokyo, he suffered a shocking 10th round defeat, surrendering his aura of invincibility. The loss was more than physical. It was symbolic, a revelation that even the most formidable force can falter without guidance. It highlighted a recurring pattern in Tyson's life. Without mentorship and structure, aggression can become self-destructive. The world witnessed a hero humbled, a man whose mythic status could not shield him from the consequences of distraction, ego, and the human need for stability. Love, loss, and the long road to renewal. Tyson's personal life mirrored the turbulence of his career. His marriage to Robin Givens in 1988 collapsed under public scrutiny, while later unions, including one with Monica Turner, were challenged by trauma and infidelity. The most devastating loss came in 2009 with the death of his 4-year-old daughter, Exodus, an event that reshaped his perspective on life. The tragedy replaced anger with humility and prompted a deep commitment to stability, therapy, and sobriety. Today, married to Lakiha Kiki Spicer, Tyson focuses on family, fostering an environment of care and grounding. His narrative shifted from spectacle to introspection, from fear to honesty. In rebuilding personal connections and addressing past wounds, Tyson demonstrates that redemption is possible, and that strength is measured as much by resilience and self-awareness as by physical dominance. Conclusion: strength redefined. Now 59, Tyson's net worth ranges between $10 and $20 million, a fraction of his peak earnings, but grounded in sustainable living and mindful reflection. His homes, once ostentatious symbols of ego, now prioritize family and introspection. Materialism has given way to measured appreciation, and he advocates for mental health awareness and youth mentorship. His enduring influence stems not from invincibility, but from vulnerability, fallibility, and resilience. The myth of Iron Mike has evolved into the story of a man willing to confront himself honestly, rebuild after failure, and channel life lessons into guidance for others. The storm that once terrified opponents now seeks peace, demonstrating that the truest victories lie not in conquest, but in reconstruction, reflection, and the courage to face oneself.